Warning: what you're about to watch is an ultra-advanced form of manipulation, so rare it doesn't exist in books, on social media, or anywhere else. Every technique here is layered, subtle, and psychologically precise. Watch carefully, absorb fully, and analyze with focus, because this is inspired by Johan Liebert, and understanding it could change the way you see influence forever. Stop. What you are about to witness is not advice. It is a map of human behavior few can ever perceive, a system of invisible influence that moves beneath words, gestures, and even thought itself. The kind of mastery Johan Liebert exemplifies in every subtle act. People act predictably, but only if you see what they hide from themselves. The micro patterns almost nobody notices. The way a blink hesitates, a shoulder tightens, a breath shortens. The infinitesimal shifts that betray intention before it even forms. Most manipulators rely on charm, pressure, or obvious psychological tactics, but Johan operates on a level that few even recognize, dissecting the architecture of thought, emotion, and perception itself. He begins with hyper-observation, noticing imperceptible currents in behavior, the almost invisible pulse of fear, desire, insecurity, or doubt, predicting actions not from logic, but from the intricate machinery of the mind. Emotional invisibility is the next layer. Like Johan, he exists as a void in every room, his presence felt but unclaimed, allowing people to project truths, reveal mistakes, and act against their own interest, unaware of the quiet gravity guiding them. Narrative steering follows not through coercion, but by letting events unfold naturally and nudging threads so that choices converge with his design, giving the illusion of freedom, while the architecture of decisions is already drawn. A strategy Johan has perfected to the point that people follow paths they believe are their own, unaware they are moving within invisible corridors. Deep psychological mimicry extends further. This is not surface-level empathy, but resonance with the deepest drives, fears, and desires of others, compelling them to act according to shadows they see reflected in you, shadows they cannot resist. Strategic emptiness amplifies this influence. Johan's presence is simultaneously magnetic and absent, creating spaces where people unconsciously fill with thoughts, anxieties, confessions, hopes, and secrets, revealing layers of themselves without any prompting. A vacuum in which human behavior unfolds exactly as he anticipates. Influence stretches across time, subtle and cumulative, planted in fleeting expressions, small questions, minor suggestions, and pauses that accumulate into behavioral shifts long after the interaction ends, aligning choices with frameworks conceived silently in advance. Johan's method is never instantaneous. It is recursive, deliberate, and invisible. Beyond that lies manipulation of perception itself. Reality becomes malleable, the lens through which others view the world quietly reshaped, so they act automatically along pathways pre-drawn, without ever recognizing the map guiding them. Emotional detachment is essential. Mastery, as Johan demonstrates, requires observing without attachment, deploying techniques as tools rather than instruments of morality, perceiving clearly while the ego remains silent and uninvolved. Memory and narrative are another instrument. Johan subtly rewrites recollection, frames events, and reshapes interpretation so that even their past supports the behavior he intends, a quiet reprogramming of how they see themselves and others. Each interaction becomes part of silent orchestration, a web so intricate that people act freely, yet their thoughts, hesitations, and choices synchronize with a hidden structure, the invisible architecture of influence. Every micro-expression, every pause, every shadow of behavior becomes a lever, a conduit to shape outcomes, a signal read and responded to with precision. The system is endless, layered, recursive. The deeper you understand, the more the machinery of human action reveals itself, the more effortless command become. Johan's presence felt not by force but by the invisible order he imposes, a brilliance terrifying in its subtlety. To internalize even a fraction is to perceive reality differently, to see hidden currents beneath every social exchange, to observe without being seen, to influence without overt action, and to wield a mastery almost nobody recognizes, a mastery that is cold, precise, silent, and cinematic in its reach. a reflection of the terrifying, uncanny genius of Johan Liebert, the kind of, without leaving a trace, the kind that transforms the observer into a quiet architect.